We'll get to the bottom of it very quickly.
City leaders are optimistic about finding the shooters who opened fire early yesterday in a crowded nightclub, leaving a trail of death and injury. And good evening once again. Breaking new developments at this hour about the mass shooting at Cameo. We just learned the club's owners voluntarily surrendered their liquor license.
It will remain closed, the club, until Cincinnati police wrap up their investigation. But as Jeff Hirsch reports live from the East End, there are still far more questions than there are answers today. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, that is absolutely true. The biggest unknown: who did it? Why did they do it? Another unknown: was the person who was killed, was he specifically targeted, or was he an innocent victim caught in the crossfire? And another very, very big question: will witnesses come forward, or will they stay quiet, afraid that if they do talk, they might be targeted?
There's no question that the whole world is looking at us and expressing their concern for us. And I think they know that this could happen anywhere.
But where it did happen around 1:30 Sunday morning was the Cameo Nightclub on Kellogg Avenue, not too far from Lunken Airport. The city manager, fire chief, and police chief briefed city council on the shooting, which left one person, 27-year-old O'Brien Spikes, dead and 16 others wounded.
We believe the incident began from a dispute amongst several individuals inside the nightclub. The incident escalated to shots being fired. We believe that there were multiple individuals that fired shots.
Among the unanswered questions, how did guns get inside? Police Chief Isaac said the club's policy was to wand or pat down customers. Several off-duty Cincinnati police officers provided security in the parking lot, but that was outside only. City policy is that police cannot do inside security in clubs.
We do not provide, per se, a service of being a bouncer in a liquor permit premise.
There is no suggestion that this was a terrorist incident.
But if you were in that bar or restaurant and people start shooting in a crowded room, what difference does it make to you what the motivation of the shooter was?
One problem for investigators: some of the best witnesses are in the hospital in bad shape and may not be able to talk for now. Another issue: getting other witnesses to come forward at all. The city does have a witness protection program, which was mentioned today, and some tips are coming in.
I'm very confident that we will find those that are responsible for this.
A lot of time in the council's Law and Public Safety Committee today was dedicated to whether the city should challenge the liquor permit of this particular establishment, but as you just mentioned, the owner has voluntarily withdrawn his liquor permit. Another big question here about: was there any security camera video inside? The police chief told council members that they have not received any from the club. Now, does that mean they didn't have any, or it just wasn't any good? That's something we have to find out. In fact, several council members said today it's important not to jump to any conclusions. This is not going to be wrapped up in 5 minutes. Let it play out before we make a final analysis of it. Live at Cameo, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News. Back to you.
Jeff, thanks very much. And as Jeff mentioned, police are urging witnesses to come forward. If you can help, call Crime Stoppers. 352-3040 is the number. You can be eligible for a cash reward if your tip leads to an arrest. And you can remain anonymous because callers are given code numbers and do not have to use their names.